Welcome to the 1988 TNT Redman All-American Pulling Show. The fans are enthusiastic here in Hampton, Virginia. The Chesapeake Bay area is alive with tractor and truck pulling excitement. We hope you enjoy the competition. It's a great track here in the Hampton Coliseum. Let's go to the action right now. Here we go now. The two-wheel drive super modified. Bryan McDonald out of Harwood, Maryland. McDonald's delivery. And all this is absolutely gorgeous. A very popular driver here on the East Coast. Well, you know, when you get to the two-wheel drive super modified, anything goes. Got to have one engine in the truck. Two-wheel drives, unlike the four-wheel drives, only the back tires are doing the pulling. They're loud, they're noisy, they're loud. Bryan McDonald out of Harwood, Maryland. Oh, what a run.
Backing into the big sled now is our second puller of the event, a vintage rig out of Linden, Ohio. Rough cut with Jessie Pendleton at the wheel. Bryan McDonald has set a high mark with his run of 172.34 feet, but there's a tough field of competitors yet to pull. Roughcut has been making his mark during the winter season. Let's see if he can do it here in Hampton.
A great pull for Roughcut. Jessie Pendleton.
Roughcut doesn't have power to cut it tonight. Mike Stowe and Bad Dog are up next. The big Georgia Bulldog had a new engine put in this year, and he's been tearing up the track. He's sure to give the McDonald team a run for the money.
I tell you, this engine has just done you such a fine job, and I know you got to be pleased with the run here tonight. Congratulations.
Yeah, I really thought I might have been a little bit off on the weight there, but I don't think it was too bad. We'll just have to wait and see.
All right, do you think there's going to be a full pull in this class?
No, I don't think so. I think we may see the track go away a little. I don't know unless something happens drastically.
Do you think you've made a good enough run to win this class?
I don't know. I doubt it, Dave. I was really on the brake kind of hard down here. If somebody makes a good straight run, they'll get by me, I believe.
Well, I say congratulations again because it was a good pull.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
Mike Stowe, hoping he wins it, but he thinks that somebody may beat him. Back to the action. Here we go. John Calvert out of Maysville, Kentucky. Listen to that engine as he wraps that engine. Poor man's pride. He's got the RPM to this engine. He'll crank it up. Here he goes.
John Calvert and Poor Man's Pride. A good effort, but not good enough at 164.27 feet. Hot Shot is up next.
Chevrolet fans, it's time to come to your feet. Let's see if we can't get a new truck in the lead. Right now, Ford is number 1. A Ford is number 2. And a Diamond C Rio is number 3. Richard Wisdom out of Union Grove, Alabama, the S10 Chevrolet with a Rodeck engine under the hood. Plenty of horsepower. They'll generate somewhere around 1,500 or 1,600 horsepower. Currently number 5 is Chevrolet takes the lead. Chevrolet is number 1. They take the lead. Well, here's your new leader, ladies and gentlemen, Richard Wisdom out of Union Grove, Alabama. And I'll tell you, Dick, the Chevrolet fans have been hoping for this for a long time in this class. You take the lead. It was a beautiful pull all the way.
Thank you. I got coming to the sideline real bad, and I got on my brake real hard. That hurt me a little bit. The best I could do.
It looks like on this track here in Hampton Coliseum, the whole shot is going to be just about everything.
Yeah, you got to get a real good hole shot. try to keep it on the just straight down the track. It's pulling the bad, real bad.
Do you think the track may be getting a little bit better?
I don't know. I don't think it is.
You think you're going to win it?
I hope so.
He's a long way from home. Union Grove, Alabama's Richard Wisdom takes the lead.
More two-wheel drive pulling action when we return from this commercial message.
Oh, look at this, sports fan. He's been here before, and he returns to Hampton Coliseum. Hot pursuit. Larry Keever out of Lincoln, North Carolina. The distance for Richard Wisnett, 180.77 feet. 180.77 feet. And here maybe is the most unusual two-wheel drive super modified truck in existence today. He is sitting right next to the engine in this police van. The Jeep police van. Hot pursuit. Larry Keever out of Lincoln, North Carolina. He has to be. Oh, listen to that engine. 180.77. Drive that down I-64. The distance for Larry Keever, Lincoln, North Carolina. Hot pursuit, 159.58. Here is the truck that is currently number 6 in the nation on the Redman TNT circuit. Ken Lamont and his family farm 2,000 acres, corn, soybeans, and wheat in eastern Illinois. Here he comes now. He could take the lead. The Midnight Express. Doesn't quite have enough, and he comes up short. The two-wheel drive super modifieds comes in all shapes and sizes, and some of the trucks have flip-top bodies. It makes it easy to work on the engine and change the oil and change the spark plugs, but sometimes it can be a little disorienting for the driver. And Ken Lamont, you come up a little short. What happened?
I was too nose heavy. I thought the track was taking a little more weight up front, and I made a mistake.
Well, there's always another day, as they say in pulling, but this looks like a driver's track here in Hampton.
Yeah, it's a fooler. You know, it's first time I've been here in Hampton. It's a beautiful place. They got a wonderful crowd tonight. We'll be back tomorrow, no problem.
All right. One of the best on the TNT Redman circuit, the Midnight Express, Ken Lamont. Well, here's an absolutely gorgeous, brand new 1988 F-15 GMC. Sponsored by Cunningham Motors of Lebanon, Tennessee. At the controls, the owner and operator, Chuck Chitwood, out of Lafayette, Tennessee. One of the best drivers. He's had a good year so far. A year ago, he had a 1955 Chevrolet pickup truck, and now a 1988 GMC. The green flag comes out for him. Cunningham Motors, Lebanon, Tennessee. Chuck Chitwood. Well, Chuck Chitwood gets well past the 150-foot mark, but he's going to be considerably short, and we are down to 1. Chuck Chitwood, congratulations. Wasn't quite far enough, but a good run anyway.
Well, thank you. We noticed they weren't getting out of the hole too well. We tried to compensate for that. And I don't know. I'm going to need to look at this on video. I really can't say what went wrong.
You mean you haven't seen enough pulling here tonight? You want to look at it on videotape?
Oh, yeah. We film all the pulls. We look at all this. After the pull's over, we view everything again.
Good luck in your next event.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here may be the home state favorite in the two-wheel drive super modified. You've seen him here at the Hampton Coliseum before. Mark Miller from Little Plymouth, Virginia. Minnie Bruce, the 1984 Chevrolet, the heartbeat of America. He's the only guy that can win this class right now. He has to beat 180.77. Give him a nice run of Wisdom of Union Grove, Alabama, wins the two-wheel drive super modified class here in Hampton, Virginia. And Dick, boy, this is a big win in your career.
Yes, sir, it is. We've had a lot of bad luck lately. We broke transmission last week. Worked all week on it. Mike Stowe, I'd like to thank him for helping me work on it yesterday, and we got it running for today.
You must take some pride in out on this track with so many good competitors that it took a lot of driving skill to win it.
Well, yeah, it did. I just had a real good run. Everybody else, I didn't see too many of them run. They looked like they had pretty good runs. Mark Miller, I thought he had me beat when he picked the front end up going straight.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
He wins it here in Hampton, Virginia. Richard Wisnett out of Union Grove, Alabama. We'll be right back with more of the Red Man TNT All-American Pulling Show. Stay tuned. Way back in 1965, the first V8 engine was put in a modified dragster tractor. And since then, the sport has revolutionized into the heaviest show on wheels. Let's go now to the modified dragster tractors, the triple engine tractors, and the Allison V12s. It's going to be a wild show, and here we go. Wayne Cook from Russellville, Kentucky with Weekend Joy. John Carlton on deck with the Virginia Farmer. Hang on to the V12. In the modified dragster tractor class, Wayne Cook was our test puller. Now, he went out of bounds on the right-hand side of the track, and he's disqualified. Even though he's the test puller, once you go out of bounds, you're disqualified. He will not be able to make any more runs tonight. The Virginia Farmer from Little Plymouth, just up the road, they've got to be considered the hometown favorite. John Carlton is having trouble getting it into gear as Mark Miller comes over to rock the tractor back and forth so the transmission will lock into place. Now he nods and says everything's ready to go. Watch his hand on the throttle. He'll bury that throttle. Watch the butterflies open up. Here we go. Wayne Cook, this will be his second tractor.
Wayne Cook is up in his other vehicle, Color Me Gone, also powered by one of the big Allison V12 fighter plane engines.
Wayne Cook with two tractors in the class. He already had Weekend Joy disqualified for running out of bounds at 123.48. So Wayne Cook with Color Me Gone. Some of these engines have been injected on alcohol. Some still run on aviation gas. Most of the engines are still stock. Used to be able to buy the engine for $500. Now they'll cost you about $5,000. There are not many of these engines left in America. Wayne Cook, Russellville, Kentucky, Color Me Gone. Wayne Cook out of Russellville, Kentucky. He was disqualified with his first tractor, but he now moves into second place now with Color Me Gone, 147.87. The leader right now is John Carlton at 185.70. Number 2 is Wayne Cook with Color Me Gone. And here comes Bob Elliott out of Mayfield, Kentucky with the Fancy Farmer. Somewhere about 5,500 horsepower. He'll burn 13 gallons of alcohol from the time he leaves the line till the time he gets to the other end. Watch the superchargers open up. Here he goes. The first full pull of the evening. Congratulations, a great show. Just a tremendous display of horsepower.
Well, it's a good track tonight.
But the show's not over. We got a lot more hot tractors back here. I just wish this was the last run.
All right, get your cameras on, everybody. Take a picture of it. He needs some full balls. Got one, his brand new tractor for 1988. He says, I'm ready to go. Give me the green flag. Let's turn it loose. Boston, Maryland. Gary Mills. Here he goes. Driven by Paul Norman out of Charlotte, North Carolina. You're looking at a $150,000 modified dragster tractor. Paul Norman lining up the sled right in the center of the track. These engines are staircase. There's a clutch on each engine. How do you get these three engines to run together? Each one of the clutches is what we call a centrifugal drive clutch. As the RPMs of the engine come up, the clutch locks in. Watch his hand on the throttle. He'll burn about 15 gallons of alcohol from the time he leaves the line to the other end. Here it comes. We have a pull-off. We have a pull-off. Yeah, oh boy. Woo! Paul Norman, Charlotte, North Carolina. They love you here in Hampton. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dave.
Well, I tell you, that was a beautiful pull, but she had a little bit of a rocky start on the starting line.
Sure did, Dave. It did want to come out of the hole. I backpedaled it a little bit and tried to plant the tires in the ground, and it seemed to work for us.
Is that what happens when you back off the throttle and then get back into it?
Yeah, what you do is you slow the tires down a little bit and then try to plant them into the ground.
You got a good chance to win this in the pull-off, don't you?
Well, we're going to keep our fingers crossed.
Let's give him a nice round of applause, everybody. The All-Pro Auto Parts Special, the War Wagon. We are going to go to the tractor that is currently number 3 in the TNT Redman points. Paul Norman is currently number 1 in the 1988 point standings. But here comes the tractor that's number 3 and is only 13 points behind. He pulls up now to a tight hitch. He needs nothing less than a full pull. We already have 2 full pulls. Let's see if we can make it 3. It's close. Oh, wow. Woo. It's close. I don't know if he made it or not. Fred Freeman.
It's official, a full pull for Fred Freeman and the Mean Mistreater. That makes it a 3-way battle for the number 1 spot. And it's a tough trio for sure. Paul Norman in the wondrous War Wagon. Fred Freeman and the mighty Mean Mistreater from Indiana. Robert Elliott in the ferocious Fancy Farmer out of the Bluegrass State. They'll go head-to-head when we return with the pull-off. Teams from 87 in the 7200 modified class. Fancy Farmer came into 88 at number 7, and Paul Norman and the War Wagon were right behind them in 9th. Robert Elliott is a veteran with years of track experience. He's going to need the benefit of those years to pull this one off. Fancy Farmer runs out of power at 163.67 feet. It's still anyone's ball game, and Paul Norman has the War Wagon ready to run.
Watch the pylon. That's the distance to beat. 163.67. The current TNT Redman All-American Pulling Series points leader. This guy is number 1. He's good. He can put the hammer down. He's got 6,000 horsepower. Here he goes. You can see here is the problem right now, and boy, he didn't want this to happen. Well, they've come out there. They want to make sure they don't use some of the extinguishers. They want to use the halon extinguisher so they don't mess up the engine. Here is what happened, Paul. The bottom pulley has disintegrated. It has completely come apart. The bottom pulley on the coming off the crankshaft is literally disintegrated. So he is out of the competition. All right, here comes, ladies and gentlemen, the heartbeat of America. Probably the #1 Chevrolet modified dragster puller in America. This guy can do it. He knows how to drive this track. Remember, he said he's not telling his secrets. Let's see how he comes off the line. Fast Freddie Freeman out of Waitsville, Indiana. Watch that right hand go down. He'll roll that tractor out about 5 feet. He'll bury that throttle on the right hand. Here he comes. Freeman, mean MISTREATER wins it here. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the winner in the 7,200-pound modified dragster tractor class. Fred Freeman was mean MISTREATER, one of the toughest Chevrolet modified dragster tractors you ever want to see. Congratulations, Fred. A spectacular pull tonight.
Thank you, Dave.
All right, now I'm going to ask you, we asked this before you went to the pull-off, what was